very interesting, really. I was over in America and we stopped for fuel in the car, and next door to us was these orange units. And I'd never seen self-storage before, I knew nothing about it. But when I found out about it, there was, I think, 500 units there, and they were over 90% full. So I thought, oh, this is a great idea, I'll go back to Melbourne and do this. When I got back to Australia, of course, it was always already pretty well established in Sydney, not quite as much in Brisbane or around Queensland, but there was 4 people in the quarter page ads in the yellow pages. So it was on the go in Melbourne as well. My first facility was up in a cabbage patch. I bought 2 acres up in Kilsyth, and we had a site shed, a builder's site shed, and those 32 units let in 2 weeks. I thought, oh, this is money for jam. But it wasn't quite so, but we got straight on to the next, about 40 units, because there was quite a few smaller ones, and it went from there. First of all, when I got back to Australia and thought, this is for me, so to speak, I went up to Sydney and I found there's quite a few. Whenever I had a chance, I'd go and have a look through the units and find out what I could. But I never went into anybody's units, or when I say units, into their facilities, without letting the principal of the company know, because that was, to me, rather important. And it went from there. But I thought, this association, this group needs an association that was very fragmented. Everybody had different agreements and so on. So I went back to Melbourne and we established from there. Up till about 3 years ago, Chris sold most of his units, facilities. He has one still in Essendon, and that's the only really a collection I've got with it at present. I get the monthly magazine and I enjoy reading through that, you know. It keeps you in touch. The biggest was initially, people didn't know anything about self-storage, and it needed some advertising. It really should have been advertised as an association, which we didn't have at the time, but it had to make itself known. And once we had people come and use it for business, where they'd have 7 or 8 salesmen in the morning, on Monday morning, and 7 or 8 salesmen on Friday afternoon, but in between time, they'd distribute what they were selling, but there was nobody on site other than one person. I'm pleased to say that everybody that I've met in self-storage, be it Jim Miller, Ian Highland, whoever, was always very receptive and good, ended up good friends, you know. So I thought that was rather fantastic, particularly as initially I was trying to get a group together in Victoria, and one or two was, who wants self-storage, who wants a group to get together? We run it, we're happy with it, and nick me off. Don't want anything to do with associations. But now they're all in it anyway.
But the industry's a lot better for it.
Yeah, much better, yeah. Funny, I didn't have any funny stories as regards particularly, oh gee, this was funny, or that was funny. But 2 or 3 people from time to time, or three different ones, used our self-storage to store their gained goods from burglaries or whatever. And one particular morning, we were putting out some more concrete walls and sorting out the crane on site, because he was lifting them, and $180 an hour, you make sure he's busy. And three chaps turned up in a car, and we want to speak to Bob Marsh. And anyway, we ended up getting together, and have you got so-and-so stored here? I said, I wouldn't know who I got stored here. So we went to the office and looked up the books. Yes, we did have that chap. And what unit, so-and-so. And they had a warrant to look through this unit. And they already had the number of the unit, in any case. And when I said that he vacated that unit yesterday. They said, oh, that's a shame. I said, and they were a bit upset about that. And then I pointed out that he put his stuff in another unit. Oh, great, that suits us. So they go up and get a warrant to get in that unit. They cleaned out something like 250 phones from Myers. This contractor kept the phones. They weren't his, but he kept them. And they cleaned them out. They got a truck there and they cleaned them out all. Didn't take long at all. And happened to find a pair of jocks. So they cleaned the unit out and put the jocks in the centre of the floor and go. They were from the PMG, or as it was then, I think, and they had been checking out this chap, and he had a few units. He'd taken something like 5,000 phones. So that, I know that's not funny. It certainly wasn't at the time, but it was rather interesting.